Hello everyone, and welcome to another Doomtown Reloaded video. Here we are in round 1 of the Huddersfield Sheriff, and we've got a Sloane gang up against the Oddities of Nature. Just going to low ball, both getting 2 pair, looks of it, Jackson 9s on Sloane gang versus Jackson Queens on Oddities. So it looks very much like a 4th ring control deck from the Oddities. Not sure about the Sloane gang. He's running some hucksters and some just general stud dudes. He's not running Desolation Row, an original Sloane home, so presumably you're going to try and go to the town square and get lots of control points with Ali Hensman and then one of his other dudes. So Paglaccio and Jack O'Hara going to town square. Oddities booting Jack O'Hara. Barton going to town square, having got his rapier. Leonardo is going to boot him. I imagine we're going to see a lot of booting in this game from the Oddities player with Leonardo, Paglaccio, and everything else. Maria comes to town square. It's a forget on Valeria. Valeria calling out Paglaccio. It's going to have to accept because obviously the Paglaccio is booted. Probably just all 3 for the Sloane. So Valeria, the Brute, and Funtime Freddy coming out to fight for Oddities. I did see a hex slinging in the Oddities' hand. Can't see quite anything else in the Sloane gang. It looks like a point blank there, which is a fight they'll never forget. So +1 bullet to all of the Sloane gang players, and he also get a control point on his shooter for everyone that's aced. So presumably the Brute's going to face off and be aced. And we are up to, I think, no turning back. Or is it even Nightmare at Noon? Sorry, no, Nightmare at Noon is the set we're up to Huddersfield, and it's going to be like this for the few Sheriff events I've got videos for. No immovable object or unstoppable force in the UK for any of the Sheriff events. So no reaction from the Oddities, so it's going to be lots of cards for the Sloane gang player and not huge numbers for the Oddities, but he's got a Joker, so legal 4 or cheating 5 possible. Never know what you're going to get with Sloane in the cheating resolution. I mean, he's shown with the King there, and he's the Jack and Rapier 9s as well, that he's cheating Varmint is a cheating card, but nothing sort of like Coach Whip to ace dudes and things, which would work nicely with a fight they'll never forget. But not much of the deck seen so far, so difficult to work out what both players' deck structures are, although Oddities very much likely. So legal 4 of a kind for Oddities versus legal 4 of a kind for Sloane. So hex slinging to raise by 2 ranks on Oddities. So Maria is going to be aced. I imagine the Sloane gang player is going to stay, but so Freddy gains control points from a fight they'll never forget. Sloane is staying. Oddities, I imagine, may go home here. He's gained a control point. Although we would lose, it'd be only down to 3 influence, and obviously the Sloane gang player with Ali and Thea will probably get to 2 at the end of the turn. Obviously, Sloane gang ability doesn't trigger in the same turn as you win, so yes, the Oddities is going home. So you can't win with the Sloane gang ability on the turn you use it. A bit of a shame that both his studs were booted, that he can point blank. He would have managed to get rid of a dude, and works well with a fight they'll never forget, because obviously that does ace them point blank. Now, I'm not sure. He's got a California tax office in hand, Oddities, but don't think he wants to play that, because that's going to. He does play it though, which is slightly dangerous, because I mean this turn he's all booted, so he's got no chance of keeping that California tax office. General store as well, so 3 control points down for Oddities. Although there is 3 influence over on the Sloane gang side. Ali Hensman going to gain control points. So it's 3 control points to 1 control point. Only 3 influence on the oddity side as well, because obviously his abominations are at home now, so they don't get any influence. With some more, unfortunately, losing Maria, he unable to time up to. I'm surprised he didn't move then Thea into town square to gain a control point, then or gain a money. Perhaps he's thinking he's going to have some hexes to play instead. Presumably, I think by the looks of it, playing 2s, so mirror mirror, a likely one. Not that great against 4th ring control. Cheating 2 pair there versus I think just a pair. So yeah, corporeal twist and mirror mirror coming out the Sloan Gang deck. So I think jacks and 2s are definite. Not sure what third value, whether it's kings or 5s. The oddity's gaining some money. He's got a paralysis mark in hand, which is not going to go well yet. So mirror mirror on Anthea. Paralysis mark onto Valeria. So Anthea to town square. No more hexes, presumably then in the Sloan Gang player's hand. And he can go home booted after if there's a fight in town square. Another paralysis mark from the oddities, and really I think that sets the tempo of the 4th ring control decks is how early you get your paralysis marks and how many of them you get early. So now he's effectively got 3 abilities to boot. He's got Leo himself, he's got the paralysis mark, and he's got the 2 paralysis marks. So 3 of the 4 dudes that the Sloan Gang player has, he can boot. And presumably Ali Hens will be the first one always if he wins low ball, because doesn't want Ali gaining the control point. Because at the moment, if things stay as they are, then the Sloan player can win here. There's 4 control points available to him. 1 at the general store, 1 at the California tax office, and he's got 3 dudes. I imagine anything that comes out to town square is going to get called out. So Anthea gets booted. Not sure whether I agree on that one. I've perhaps would have done one of the studs. But perhaps Jackie's not confident in always being able to pass. Presumably he's running 8 the oddities, so his huckster 1s won't automatically pass on Jack. Another paralysis mark on Jack, so he does go for it and get it. Leon's going to beat Barton, and I imagine we're going to see some abominations move to town square. At least 1 to use the ability on oddities. And looks like there's a Tix in hand there. So yeah, he's further brute in this instance, in that for the boosting ability, the Pagalache obviously has a useful shootout ability if he wants to be aggressive with it and try and call out Ali. Likely to be facing though at least 4 stud. He does boot the Pagalacio to gain money on the oddities home. Yeah, that does boot the oddities home, but try to remember. So that is Harry Highbringer, I think. Is it Harry? Or, yeah, it's Harry Highbinder. Sorry. So control of the town square is now available to the Sloan Gang player, so he can play hexes and items. Harry Highbringer though gets California tax office. Surprised he didn't boot over there. Ticks to the town square. Could see a calling out here. I imagine the Sloan Gang player is going to pass wrong time here. He's got no money. Imagine he moved into town square to try and gain either a money or a control point. Because obviously he didn't boot over to the California tax office to take it. Had he had booted to the California tax office, he would have been able to tax the oddities player, who then couldn't have played Tix because he would have lost the money having just played Tix, and you probably would at that point get rid of Leonardo. You'd rather keep Tix. I mean, he's a stud, yes, and he'll give you an influence in town square, but Leonardo, he's a huckster. He is going to be causing you lots of trouble. So cheating full house there for the Sloan Gang player to a fight that I'll forget, which is not something you want to see. 2 pair for the oddities. So it looks like he's running 10 jacks and queens, so the 8 is an off value. So probably not going to see a huge number of Stephen Wiles. there. So paralysis mark on Ali Hensman first, I presume. Otherwise, that's giving away a free control point, which is not something I think you want to do. But no, it looks like he's going to try and play a blood curse or a paralysis mark. Yep, so he plays a blood curse for free with general store, and obviously you can use that to play its location jet control. So Ali Hensman going to boot here for control points. No, so Jack is calling out ticks. So now with the blood curse, any fight is going to things. So everyone in on both posses. So Leonardo is the only one from the Aussies players. So one stud for Barton. I imagine Jack's going to get blood curse. Well, actually maybe not, because it doesn't make a huge number of difference. Unprepared on Freddy, so the blood curse doesn't get used, but can't imagine Pagalaccio is going to be used either, because you get someone down to naught stud. They're still worth the other one. The other shooter can still be used as the leader, and then still get a stud bullet. So it's not unless you can reduce everyone to naught, and you can get rid of the draws. Mirror on Anthea. So that does succeed. Unfortunately, it's a Joker. Yes, we were just going back. We realised the unprepared couldn't be played on Funtime Freddy. It had to be played on ticks because he is Abomination. So 2 stud on Anthea now. She's going to go back to 1 stud though from the Pagalaccio. So it's going to be 3 stud and 2 draw at the moment, because obviously you choose Ali as your shooter. I've got to think maybe Ali Hensman would be the casualty here. Unprepared on ticks, so negating the somewhat earlier mistake. Although the blood curse would have been available, but I don't think it will make a difference here. You have to use it on Ali, so you go down from 2 draw to 1 draw. So it's 3 stud and 2 draw for oddities against 3 stud and 2 draw for the Sloan Gang. I'm expecting the Brute to possibly be a casualty here if there's a tie or something. There's a Joker again in the oddities player hand, so 4 of a kind legal could be on. A corporeal twist and a point blank, I think, recycled there from the Sloan Gang. Yeah, so just going to shuffle the discard piles. Some nice shuffling here. I forget his name, but he told me he used to work in a casino, so he knows how to do all the fancy shuffles. And it looks very nice when you're playing, and very nice to watch again as well. It's quite mesmerising almost to see all the cuts and whatnot. I imagine if you wanted to, you could stack your deck, but I don't think anything like that is happening in Doomtown. So difficult to tell for the hands here. Oh, full house from Sloan Gang. I think it was cheating there. It looked like 2 Jack of Hearts. So cheating 5 of a kind versus cheating full house. It's so resolutions. Cheating varmints. So he's down by 2, but he's still winning by 1 hand rank. So it's just going to be a discard rather than an ace and a discard. But I imagine a point blank's also going to come out. Here comes out the sheet. Yeah, so it's so Oddity's up by 1 at the moment. Hex slinging from the Sloan Gang. He's leading by 1. So Pagliaccio goes there on the 1 discard, because if you don't want to use the brute for just a discard, he's much more useful when he's being aced. Yeah, why did you not play that, Sloan Gang player? So it's 3 stud and 1 draw for the Oddities player, but both players staying, so more casualties on the way, I imagine here. Both jokers gone on both sides, so although probably both players thinking that there's no cheating resolutions, so the Sloan player, he had a cheating full house, nothing happened to him there, especially being 1 down. I mean, perhaps you think Pagliaccio's not, you can lose a Pagliaccio, fight again, and I think, I mean, it would have been on 3 influence. I've got Jimmy in my ears, standing next to the camera, but looks like a cheating or legal 4 of a kind against. Surely, if you've got a cheating 5, this is the time to go for it. Didn't use it on the cheating full house. I mean, and it's not who you know is likely to be the card he had, which would have cheating full house versus legal 4 of a kind. So Valera gets aced because everyone else has got 1. No, he can ace Funtime, because Funtime is actually only 1 bullet as well. But Funtime does have the control points. I imagine here that I've got to think Jack is going to go here, because Anthea is good for getting the hexes on. I'm not sure how many other hexes he's got. I mean, he's lost Maria already, so all the hexes in his deck are going to be completely useless if he gets rid of Anthea. So Freddy gets aced. So Sloan Gang losing by 1 rank. No cards in hand, so no other resolutions. Maybe Ali Hensman to keep the influence, because at the moment it's 2 control points for the 4th ring player. I think he's got to lose Jack, yes, because Barton here is going to get California taxed offist. So I think that I don't see how the Sloan Gang player can win here. I mean, Oddities, if he goes home boot... so Oddities has got to keep fighting in order to win this turn. If he does go home, then Anthea can go and take a control point. But yeah, but then presumably too much attention on Ali. Interesting. I probably would have booted Anthea first, being the only controller deed, and with the because now California Tax Office falls to the Oddities player. He does boot. That succeeds. Leon can go there, and he's going to Tax Office, presumably Barton. So yes, it's that's game. So those fights for the Oddities there, getting the game win. Only 2 casualties, not losing any major influence. Where Sloan he lost 3 influence and the Harry Highbringer to the California Tax Office. So round 1 done. I'll hopefully be back soon with a round 2 video. Thanks everyone for watching.